Okay, let's look at question 2 now. So question 3, it says the depth of a torpedo below sea level forms a quadratic pattern. Very important. Where 0 meters is at sea level. Oh, okay. A submarine tracked a torpedo in 1 second interval. 1 second interval. So here is whatever the torpedo that they're talking about. Then the depth in meters that the torpedo reached, it is given in the table below. In the first second, in the second second, in the third second. So you can say this is T1 when time it is 1, time it is 2, time it is 3 seconds. And then this gives you your depth in meters, okay? So it means we have something like this. We have 36, 71, 104. And then 71 minus 36, 71 minus 36, this is 35. And then 104 minus 71, it is 33. So I can see the pattern is, it is decreasing by 2. So here it is minus 2. So it should be minus 2 also. So it's going to be 31. And then this is going to be 29. And then 104 plus 31, it is 135. And then 135 plus 29, 135 plus 29, 164. So 3.1, calculate the depth of the torpedo at the end of the first 5 seconds. At the end of the first 5 seconds, T5, it's going to be 164. Okay. That should be fine, like that. Let me just confirm 104 plus 31, and then plus 29. Okay. Then, this was an easy one. Show that the depth of the torpedo at the end of n second was this one. So basically, just to show the Tn, okay? So we already know that this is -2. Our constant difference is -2, 35, and 36. So it's easy because you just say 2a is equal to -2. A is going to be equal to -1. And then 3a plus b, it is equal to 35. But you already know what is a. A is -1. And then b is going to be equal to 35 minus 3 plus 3 rather. It's going to be 38. And then a plus b plus c, it is going to be equal to 36. And then you already know what is a. It is -1. B, it is 38. And then c. Then c is going to be equal to 37. 36 minus 37. 36 minus 37, it is -1. And therefore, it is like that. You have found that. Okay? You have found that. Beautifully so. And then calculate the maximum length of the torpedo. Calculate the maximum depth. Let me take this here. Okay. Calculate the maximum depth that the torpedo reached. The maximum depth. Remember, every time when they say maximum, okay, when they say maximum, remember this forms as a quadratic pattern, by the way, that is said like this. Said like this. So here at the maximum, it is basically the what? The turning point. And what do you know at the turning point? You know that the first derivative is equal to 0, the gradient it is equal to 0. But in this case, it's going to be Tn. It is equal to 0. So calculate the maximum depth, basically calculate the turning point. So you're going to say Tn prime, it is equal to 0, and then it's going to be -2n plus 38, it is equal to 0. And then n is going to be equal to 38 divided by 2, 38 divided by 2, I'm going to get 19. And then T19, which is the maximum depth, is going to be -19 squared plus 38, 19 minus 1. Let me see if yes. -19 squared plus 38 into 19 and minus 1. Then I get something like 360. I get something like 360. Basically, it is the same as finding the coordinates of the turning point. Some may use this one, and it is equal to -b divided by 2a, where now it's going to be -b. B is 38. 38 divided by 2a, it is -1. And then you get that your n, it is something like 19. And then the process will be the same here. Remember the turning point, when you use a quadratic formula, you can find it like that. And then the last question says, after how many seconds was the torpedo at 104 meters below sea level for the second time? So remember, it was on 104 meters on the first 3 seconds, okay? But since well, I told you that this is a quadratic, if somewhere here it was 104 meters, so it's gonna go back to the maximum, and then it's gonna come back to that same height, but at different time interval now. Okay. So remember, a parabola, it is symmetrical. A parabola, it is symmetrical. So yes. So let's find that. So we're gonna say Tn, we want to add Tn, it is equal to 104. So negative n squared plus 38n minus 1, it is equal to 104. And then negative n squared minus plus 38n minus 105, it is equal to 0. Allow me to take negative as a common factor. When I do that, I get n squared minus 38n plus 105. Okay, it is equal to 0. 105 divided by 80, 35. Okay, so it's going to be n minus, I know the first factor already, for sure, the first factor I know, it should be 3, because when n it was 3, which is 3 seconds, it was 104. So n minus 3 should be a factor, and then the other factor should be n minus 35. And then n it is equal to 3, or n it is equal to 35. But for the second time, T35 for the second time. Okay, it was T35 for the second time. So yes.